Welcome back to another edition of the Wose podcast. I'm Spencer,
I'm Isaac.
and it's been a minute again.
It's been a minute again. I thought you were about to rap for some reason, dude. Thought he was about to spit. Did anyone else catch the flow there?
Yeah, I had
right off the bat.
had some cadence in there for sure. But we're looking at around 3 weeks since our last podcast.
People been asking.
We've been busy.
People been asking.
I wrecked a car.
We talked about that, but you guys missed it.
Oh yeah, we did record a podcast, but the audio got messed up and I couldn't fix it. I tried.
So if you're noticing anything different, we made some changes that made it so that probably shouldn't happen this time.
Well, you probably don't.
Do you think
know
they
the
can't
changes.
tell?
People can't tell the difference between I got different microphones as well.
Okay, so if you're a regular listener, tell us if the microphones sound different this time.
Right.
We've been through 3 different sets of microphones now. This
yeah,
is the third set.
It's a work in progress. But what was I getting at?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but we're back. No video this time, and the reason for that is in episode 10, we're going to be posting on different platforms, YouTube, Spotify Podcast, and Apple Podcasts.
So basically, we're literally like hitting all of our bases. Okay.
Basically hitting all the bases. Yeah. But if you are listening on the like Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcast, this is your episode 1. Everybody else is episode 10 because I don't have the backlog of old episodes from 4 years ago.
I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't just. I mean, if you know how to go to Apple Podcasts.
Hey, if you like what you're hearing right now, hop over to YouTube and see how it all started.
Right. If you know how to go to Apple Podcasts, you know what a YouTube is.
Yeah.
You're like, what's YouTube? Never heard of it.
We switched back to handheld mics because it feels more natural to me.
I mean, we can move around more. Like there's something about having a mic stand. It feels like you can't move your head.
When I was editing the last episode of the podcast, I just couldn't stop staring at myself. I had no clue what to do with my hands or body or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I was
just talking into a stick hanging there.
Dude, the entire time, like, it makes sense having a microphone that you just talk into and you don't hold if you're sitting at a table. But the fact that we're just like sitting in chairs and looking at each other, it just feels natural to have something in my hand.
Yeah, it feels like you're doing one of those like Hollywood interviews, you know?
Yeah.
Or like just give them a mic. Or like one of those like on stage interviews where they're just like, give the panel everybody
gets a mic.
Everybody gets a mic. You know? I don't know how we're gonna get all these 60 mics for these 60 panelists not to go wee. What's that, by the way?
It's just I guess just interference.
I know, but it's always like proximity.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, you can't put a microphone up to like, okay, you can't put the record to the playback at the same time. Yeah, it's like magnets. It's like
no south and north and north together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's funny how you went south and I went north.
We're 2 different individuals who have
That's
their own thoughts.
That's why we're a magnet. I went north, you went south. This is why we're so good at this.
Yeah,
dude.
we're pretty good.
If you can't tell, we just did a fist bump.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if they can hear it, but there is a watch somewhere in this room going on.
It's going to happen right now again, just so you know.
What, they go back to back? Or you have multiple watches in here?
So, the story goes, as we get some background music, I have about 30 Casio watches. Casio watches are about $20 a piece if you know the right place to buy them. Sometimes 15, and I love to collect them. However, sometimes when you set alarms on them,
dude,
they're 20 seconds long. They're 20 seconds.
That one was double. That was 40.
No, it wasn't. Sometimes when you set alarms on them, you forget which ones they are. So when you have a literal like drawer full of watches and you're trying to like you have 20 seconds to find which one it is, you know?
Yeah, at that point
you're like listening to each watch. You feel like you're going through a treasure chest, you know?
At that point, just write it out.
Yeah.
Just write it out.
Yeah, and by the time, like, that's why I just leave them, because there's no way I'm finding which ones they are.
What got you started on the cat? Well, before we get into that, let's get a crack in, shall we?
Okay, yeah, crack them up. Nice.
That was pretty in sync.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I honestly only heard one, like, it was that in sync.
Okay, guys, who are we kidding? We only
cracked one.
We only cracked one of them.
We thought we wouldn't know if you could tell. I'm sipping on it though. It's we're going wild cherry Pepsi. I don't know if we've seen that before on the podcast.
No, that's a new addition.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Tasty.
The Casio watches. Everyone else had Apple watches, and where we work, I was still in school at the time. I didn't want an Apple Watch because it was just gonna break.
Right.
You know, these super duper cases and protectors didn't exist for them at the time. It was like the 3rd gen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got a Casio watch, and it just rambled on from there. Also, that was at the time whenever all of us were wearing a Casio watch, if you remember.
Oh yeah, there was a good group of us, and we all
Yeah.
had like the same watches.
Literally
that was
the
pretty-
same watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip the group.
Yeah. Remember, how do you know you're in the good old days? What
Before the
is
good old days are.
what does the fuck did he say?
He
I wish there was
says-
a way to know that you were in the good old days before the good old days were gone, or something like that.
I don't know. The
Okay.
Nard dog.
The Nard dog. Dude, who is your favorite character in The Office?
My favorite character.
No one ever talks about what your favorite character is in The Office.
Right. There's the thing is like The Office is so well rounded and good.
Yeah, like everybody has
Um,
like at least an episode where you're like,
And
they
you also
killed it.
like you also don't want to say Dwight,
Yeah, because
right?
Dwight, he's. I mean, to be honest though, Dwight's a great answer.
It
I
is
wouldn't fault
a
anybody
great
for
answer,
Dwight.
but my favorite character, and it's gonna be argued that it's like can't be my favorite character if you don't know his name,
Okay.
right? No, I do. Nate.
Nate, yes.
Nate, the
dude.
guy who works in the warehouse, who like
Frank did it. I don't know his last name, just Frank. Frank did it. Sure, Frank did it.
Yeah,
That shit
exactly.
is fucking golden.
What I really like is when they're just like, "Hey Nate, mom's on the phone. She's not gonna make it." And he
He's
falls
like,
to his knees.
He's like, oh no.
They bring him in there. They're like, so she's gonna, and they tell him she's fine. So she's gonna pull through again. They've done it to him like 4 times
Yeah.
apparently, and he just,
Yeah.
oh, what a great character. Not used enough in the show. What is going on?
It's
My
not-
phone is going bonkers.
It's not per se that I have a hearing problem. It's just that when a lot of sounds are going on at once, I have trouble deciphering. He's so good, dude.
Yeah, that's a great character. Very underrated.
Mine is either Daryl or Kevin.
Really? Okay, yeah. That's like that's out there in left field where they're just like, oh, this guy likes indie music too, doesn't he?
Yeah, see, the thing is I always try to pick somebody that's like, I'm not going to pick Dwight, I'm not going to pick Jim or Pam or anybody, the main
Mhm.
characters, But who was my option that's like really funny or genuine or whatever? Like, I like, I almost called him Craig Robinson. That's just his real name. What's
Yeah,
his real name? What's his
that's
name in
his
the
real
show?
name. Daryl.
Yeah, okay. I like Daryl because he like seems like the most normal person in the office.
You're right, for sure.
Yeah.
Deacon Flicka.
Yeah, Dink and Flickle, man. Like when he gets Andy to do the whole like printers are burning thing.
Yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. It's gone too far.
It's gone way too far.
That is so funny. And then Kevin, Brian Baumgartner, right?
Yeah.
Just the fact that he had to do 9 seasons with a voice, and everyone else pretty much had
Oh
to do the
yeah, I
just do
remember
regular.
I remember the first time like I heard him actually speak.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, he's not literally dumb.
Yeah, it's not Kevin, guys.
Yeah.
That was a character.
Dude, that was so like we literally thought like if I were to meet him in public without having heard him talk and he talked like that, I would have been like, what happened to you, man? Did you get like a surgery?
yeah. Oh, you fixed it. How? Whoa.
Whoa.
Must have taken some classes.
Yeah, he must have took some accounting classes.
Another great show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I know
Love
there's a
Brooklyn
listener right
Nine-Nine.
now who lives Brooklyn Nine-Nine. No. Community.
Well, I mean, all these shows are great, dude.
Yeah, they are great.
Yeah.
They are great. But Community, favorite character from Community.
Oh,
If you haven't watched these shows, like, there's a reason we're, like, kind of getting giddy because of it. These shows are amazing.
if you don't know about Community, it's one of those shows where season 1, episode 1 matters in season 3, season 4, season 5. There'll be an episode where something happens that you think is so insignificant that you can forget about it. It was a 2-second joke, and they will bring it back up 3 seasons later like it's the biggest thing,
They
biggest
do.
plot line of the whole season.
Yeah. And it's not like you have to watch it for the story. Like, it's an engaging story. They just, in the writer's room, they really paid attention to what they were doing.
Right, like the writers remembered every single detail that they wrote about the show.
Yeah, it
They
wasn't
were
just
meticulous.
like, it wasn't
you know?
like a different episode
And don't get me
every
wrong,
single time.
it's just a comedy. It's not like meticulously we have to remember for the
Yeah,
lore.
you don't have to be smart to watch
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
it's just they paid attention. They did a good job. Something where there's not plot holes in it. You know.
Right. I really liked. I hate to say it, the Dean.
The Dean
The Dean is
probably
really good.
Yeah, I love the Dean.
I love his rapping.
Yeah, well, I'm a
scene.
peanut bar, and I'm here to say that shit is so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Barack Obama is scared of me
Because I spit the truth and I spit it for free. Let me clear my throat. Ha 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 ha. That shit is so funny.
Oh my god.
No, my favorite's Abed. He knows it's a show. He's one of
Oh
us.
yeah. Abed is.
Yeah. He's like, this is a battle episode.
We watched a lot of.
A lot of good TV, man. I've watched more TV than you have.
Sure.
Yeah. That being said, you've worked a lot more hours than I have.
Yeah, you scumbag.
Yeah, I've made way more money than you yearly and annually. And annually? Yeah, it's
Dude,
different.
every day. It doesn't matter if I'm only working an 8-hour shift. Yeah, dude. Let me just go ahead and apologize to you to the face.
Just next time you come over, bring a magic eraser.
Yeah, I am scratching up your walls with this chair.
Right.
I mean, this is
Also, you're making
mosaic.
I don't know if they can hear it, but you're making squeaky noises with your Crocs all over the legs.
You can't help it when you wear Crocs,
Right.
though.
Sometimes you make squeaky noises. That's the whole thing with Crocs.
That is the whole thing with Crocs. I mean, that could be turned. Yeah, that could be turned into something on your wall. That doesn't have to
Flames.
look bad.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna put flames on my wall. Hell yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Kids in Minecraft.
Kerchow.
Kids in Minecraft 5 seconds before burning down their wood house. I'm gonna put flames on my wall.
Oh no! If you think there's actually people who did that, they were just like, "Oh, cool, flame block," burn down their house.
You don't remember the classic video of the guy who's playing like beta Minecraft and he's got netherrack and he's like got a few stone bricks around the netherrack.
Oh, he tried to make a
campfire.
fireplace in his house.
And he's like, and the netherrack will just stay lit. And then it's beta Minecraft.
Yeah,
so
right.
One fire spread and it was like like a freaking matchbox, dude. He's trying to put it out and stuff. And he turns around and the whole house is just on fire. He's like, oh no, guys.
Oh no!
This is like
I think
this
this
is
is
2010 has to be.
Yeah. Well, when did Minecraft come out? Minecraft was released in 2011, I believe.
Okay, well this has to be like 2012, 2013 at least.
That is. I mean, I think this video is coming back to me now.
It is insane to the fact that we played Minecraft on like the beta, or was it alpha?
No, it was beta. We did not do alpha.
Okay, we played the beta, which is
Uh-huh.
still like holy crap, you know.
Yeah, we were. I mean,
We were in the OG club, man.
Yeah, we were on the front steps
We
of
didn't
that
even
porch.
we didn't realize what we were in on, you know.
Oh yeah, it was big. Yeah.
Like it was already decently big when we got in on it, you know.
Yeah, but nobody realized how big that was actually gonna get.
Right. Like when we started, it was you could get diamond armor. Could you get diamond armor?
We started like pre-Enderman. Like there was no like
That's
Ender Dragon or
right.
anything.
We started pre-Enderman.
Hey, all grass was the same color.
Right. There was like 3 biomes.
Yeah, no, you had cobblestone, a couple ores, grass,
Bedrock.
and some sand. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was what were the biomes? Desert?
No, desert. When we first started, I'm not 100% sure desert was in it.
For real?
Yeah. It was
Plains,
basically plains.
but it hadn't have grass or anything like that.
Yeah.
Forest.
Yeah, normal forest. I
Oak
mean, no
forest.
birch, no birch wood,
trees,
just regular oak,
forest.
regular oaks. Yeah.
Were villages in it? Villages weren't
No,
in
villages were not in it.
it.
Dude, I'm talking like there was
we
two
gotta
things
get-
to do in Minecraft. There was explore
Build and explore.
and cut some trees down. Yeah.
Build and explore. Okay. And the thing is like you could break every block. I remember when we first started, the whole thing that got everybody started on the game was like, you can break every block. You can
Yeah,
break
yeah,
and trace
right.
every block in the game. And then half the people were like, I'm not playing that game. It's literally made out of blocks.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
for children.
If I want to play with Legos, I'll play with Legos.
He's like, games can look so much better now. Literally in 2011, they're like,
oh yeah,
games look
people
so
were
good
pissed.
now.
Yeah, people were pissed.
Have you
at
have
the
you seen
graphics.
Modern Warfare 3? It looks so good. And you guys are playing this block game? What are you wasting your time with? I'm like, dude, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
know?
And then they were just like, okay, fuckers, what if we what if we put some zombies in there? Huh?
Right,
Huh?
right,
And then from there, it was just like
right.
next level.
And when Minecraft went next level was when they put it on console. That's the thing. You had every 12-year-old with an Xbox 360 just playing
yeah,
Minecraft.
because you had to have PC before, like,
right.
I mean, honestly, those were the good old days.
You had to have PC before PC was a viable option to play Minecraft on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but I don't know how we got from Abed to Minecraft.
Oh, we're autistic.
Yeah.
Anything new with you? We did get sick. I got sick first. I did not get you sick.
Nope,
There's
someone
just
else got
stuff
me
going
sick.
around.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was COVID, bro. Like, no doubt. I mean, 2024.
There's probably, it almost had to be because, like, it's not flu season right now.
No, it's not.
It's not allergy season.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever someone says, "Hey, I'm feeling bad," and then you feel bad the next few days later, there's only pretty much one option that it can be nowadays, you know?
Yeah,
The
dude,
thing
every time I
is-
get sick now, like, my toes could be hurting. I'm like, this is probably a symptom of COVID.
Right. And, like, the thing is
Who even knows
it's
anymore?
it's just a household disease now. You know, the hysteria's gone, all that shit's gone.
Yeah.
You know, you get it, you wait 2 weeks for to feel better, and you get back at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's only bad for a few days. You know. But what can you do, right?
Wait, what are you gonna do? Just ride it out, man.
Yeah.
Just ride it out. No, mega headache, body aches all over,
Right.
fever of 101. Last time I had COVID, I did not have a fever.
Mine
I don't know
wasn't
what
as
the
bad
deal
as
was.
yours.
No, dude, I felt like I had the flu. And, like, the flu for me is worse than COVID. It just hits me harder. And it felt like, I was like, how do I have the flu in August?
Right.
Like, that doesn't happen unless I live where the Eskimos live.
Right. Got the sniffles.
When I get sick, I no matter what the sickness is, I go, oh, man, I got the suds.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
suds up.
I'm sudsed
You know what
up.
that's from?
Yeah.
What?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, baby.
Yeah. Are you guys in the listening department SpongeBob kids, or were your parents nerds?
Yeah, were your parents absolute goofballs and making you watch stuff like, I don't know.
PBS kids?
PBS Kids was kind of fire, though.
No, it
Let's
was
be
good.
real. I mean,
Arthur,
but were they
Franklin
making you
the
watch,
Turtle,
like, I don't know,
church?
Bible TV? Yeah. Or
Just
were you
like-
allowed to watch SpongeBob like a normal fucking kid?
Right, because the normal kids had a good time. I'll let you know that.
Yeah. We're funnier than you. I
Right.
promise.
Yeah, we say stuff all the time, and you have no idea what we're talking about. You want to know why? It's from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Every time.
It could be argued that most of
Do you
modern
think
day
it's-
vernacular.
Do you
come
think it's
from
probably one of the more referenced things? It's been on since 1998,
yeah, I
and
think
it's still on.
from our generation for sure.
Do you
For
think
sure.
Do you think it's the most quoted, at least, like, television program from our generation?
Yeah. What else would there be? What else are these?
Yeah, there's
Like
more
re-quoting.
SpongeBob memes than anything at night.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know,
I
that's-
mean,
That's just one.
literally,
Push.
literally today, I looked at somebody and go, "Hey, what's funnier than 24?"
25.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Let's
definitely
take
that.
Bikini Bottom and move it over here.
Did you see my underpants?
No, Patrick, I did not see your underpants.
Did you want to?
Yeah, exactly. We could go all day.
Yeah.
We could do a 30-minute podcast
Right.
of just SpongeBob references.
SpongePod Squarecast.
SpongeBob Squarecast.
SpongePod.
That's what I said. Did I say Bob or Pod?
I think you said Bodge.
Dude, we're going to have to roll this
Bodge?
bitch back.
I said Bodge.
Yeah, dude. We're
All right. Turns out if you say Pod Bodge enough.
So I'm really excited to post on different places.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's gonna know it's there.
I think not with Apple Music. Like, nobody's going to be able to find it unless we tell them that's where it's at. But I feel like Spotify has more ways to discover podcasts.
Okay.
Plus, the Spotify one has hella analytics, kind of like YouTube. So,
Okay.
and they can even, like, comment and stuff and leave likes and kind of like YouTube. But I like how, like, hey, guys, Do you ever find yourself in your car and you don't want to fumble with YouTube and ads? Not like we have ads or anything. Well, find us on Spotify and Apple Music at the Wose podcast. I have a idea about Wose because I've expressed this to you. I don't like that Wose stands for We Only Sound Educated. I just don't feel like it fits
Fits what we do.
Fits what we do. Yeah.
Well, we don't do anything specific.
Yeah, precisely. And it's I don't want to do anything specific. I think so I got this idea from another podcast, the Mabim Bam podcast, right?
Okay.
Where so every year they have a phrase or like a word of the year or whatever like that. This current one is 2024 coming home of Fungalore.
Okay.
You're like, what the fuck is Fungalore? They just try to find they have an entire episode at the beginning of the year where they just back and forth. What should it be? And they just brainstorm the whole episode.
Okay.
It's a riot. They landed on Fungalore.
Okay.
Which originally was, this is fun galore. Like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But they kept saying it, and they were just like, this kind of is starting to sound like
Fungalore.
like a wizard, a fungus wizard.
Right.
And when they came to that assumption, they were like on the fence with a bunch of them. They were just like, dude, that's fucking it. That is it. Now at the end of every episode, they shoot a wish up to Fungalore.
Okay.
Yeah, right? So I don't want to do like that per se, but I feel like every year at the beginning of the year, we change what the WOES acronym stands for.
It's
Maybe
so
next
hard,
year.
dude. It's so hard to think about what it...
But
but it could be anything is what you're saying.
it can be anything because these podcasts are anything. There's nothing here, right? There's no sustenance to these podcasts.
You know, we could do something where it changes like every few episodes and just do that instead.
That's so much harder. You realize we're only changing it once a year? You're saying a few episodes? There's only so many things you could use for woes.
Yes, but some people are going to not know what the fuck is going on and be like, this is not the blankety blank 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 podcast.
The blankety blank 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 podcast? No, like we don't say, welcome back to the Wolves podcast where we only sound educated. We don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, I know that.
Uh-huh.
But like if we make WOSE stand for werewolves only skin
orangutans. That doesn't.
orangutans.
Yeah.
No, like
e-bikes.
werewolves only ski Everest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna be like people are gonna come in and be like, werewolves only ski Everest. What is the why?
Why? Yeah.
And they're not gonna be able to figure it out.
Yeah, precisely. And that's why they go into the comment section. And
nobody's gonna tell them. Nobody's gonna mention it.
I'll tell them, dude. I'll get in there. I'll reply quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it werewolves only
Hey
scale
guys,
escalators?
I listened to the whole episode. You didn't mention werewolves once. What's the deal with that? That's why I came here.
Yeah.
And then I'll refer him to. I want to do the same thing where, like, at the beginning, like the first episode of every year is just like we sit down and we try to figure this shit out.
Have you ever thought about doing like a montage of funny moments? It would take like a month of editing, but
Dude, I have a hard time editing. Like, I'll probably cut out a breath or two in the first 2 minutes and then be like, I'm sure the rest of it's fine, and post it.
well, why don't you just listen to it? You're gonna listen to it anyway. Why don't you just listen to it, and if anything sounds weird, just be like, gotta do something about that.
Yeah, I mean, editing's so hard though, and I'm a tired boy all the time. I work a lot.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
See, because like for
A
instance,
lot of ambition, not a lot of drive.
Good Mystical Morning, right?
Yeah, right.
Like, obviously, do not compare yourself to Good Mystical Morning.
Hey
They're
guys,
like,
this is episode 10 in 5 years. We don't have a lot to go by.
Have you not seen how Good Mystical Morning started their first episode? They were
just like,
welcome to Good Mystical Morning. We want this to be something special.
Right.
And dude, fast forward, like you watch that first episode, and if you've watched them as a kid growing up, and if you kept up with them and everything like that, you watch that first episode, and you're like, oh gosh, this is emotional.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
You know, they're like, because they have no clue.
No,
They've done at that from this point in their life. They've done
Mhm.
several different things that didn't work. They had TV shows where
Yeah,
they were
of course.
acting a full on,
Right.
like he even applied for like the Real World or whatever that shit was.
What the hell's the real world?
You know what the Real World is?
No.
Oh, dude, it's where they would get like regular ass people and then bring them all into a house, and it's just like. It's like a reality TV show. But none of these people are gimmicks. They're all from the real world.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a pretty cool show. I've never watched it myself, but it was very cool.
Right.
Yeah. And like, they were like, they didn't know it was gonna go where it was gonna go at all. And then flash forward, what is it, like, nearly 30 years, and they're like ruling, basically.
The internet. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they're a multi-million-dollar media network.
Corporation.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a literal corporation.
I'm
I'm sure you can hear the sickness in my voice.
Yeah. You sound a little.
It's changed today.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe
it's
it's
just strained.
Maybe it's the fact that I have been talking for 25 minutes, but my voice has literally changed the sound.
While we're doing the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, I think I could hear it. Now I'm kind of hyper aware.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, guys, don't listen to it. It's fine.
Yeah, guys, stop listening to me.
Let me fix it. You gotta be a way to fix it.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm just gonna sound like this from here on in.
Yeah, this is normal.
Do you know what day this is gonna be posted?
Oh Lord. I'd like to get it out tomorrow or Thursday.
I'm gonna need to know one of those for today in history so I can look it up.
Let's do. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of editing, obviously. So let's do tomorrow, August
Okay.
the 7th, for today in history.
Okay.
While
Today in
you're
history,
while you're
August.
looking for today in history, again, I had mentioned earlier. Oh no. My ultimate goal with this podcast is to have a following to the point to like where we can. What? Your eyes just
I
lit
thought it was
up.
D-Day. I was like, is today D-Day?
No way. Oh no, man, we missed D-Day.
Nope. It's just some different part of the war.
Yeah, it's C-Day.
Yeah. Oh. Dude, this is already M-Day, dude. We're almost it's almost
Yeah.
over.
No, man, today's Wednesday.
Is today D-Day? What?
This guy doesn't even know the day of his weeks.
What? No, man. Sunday.
Is today D-Day?
No, like Invasion Day. He's like, oh no, today's Invasion Day. Like that guy forgot, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? Today's Sunday. Like, no, it's D-Day, dude. He's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Somebody goes.
I didn't write any letters.
Somebody goes. Is today D-Day? They're like, hey man, that happened in the 40s. What are you talking about?
Could you imagine
That
this?
was almost 100 years ago.
Could you imagine this? Man, is today D-Day? When is D-Day? It was last week, man. Ooh. I was supposed to be there.
Oh, I missed it. How'd it go?
No.
They're like, oh, no, you don't want to know. Anyways, my ultimate goal is to like be able to do like live shows.
That would be cool.
That'd be so cool, right? Speaking of live shows, I really want to go to like a Bim Bam live show,
That one's cool.
or even like a comedy show. I
Yeah.
feel like I would bust a gut.
Yeah.
Like
I would
even
like
if
to go
it's
to a
bad,
comedy
I feel
show.
like I would die. I don't want to go to a comedy show where they do crowd work.
Why?
I'm an easy target,
Me too.
and
They're
like
gonna
I'm
be
not
look at
good
this,
at comebacks
look at this
either.
long-haired motherfucker over here.
Yeah.
You know, you look like Tom Petty.
You look like if Tom Petty had sex with Shaggy.
Look like if
From
Tom Petty.
Scooby-Doo.
You look like if Tom Petty just wasn't famous.
Tom Petty struggled.
If Tom Petty just, was normal. Damn it. I'd be like, no, shut up.
Tom Petty does the Tom Sawyer song, right? No, that's Rush.
Tom Petty? What Tom Petty does, I don't know.
Yo, you don't know who Tom Petty is?
No, I know Tom Petty, but if you were to say, hey, name a Tom Petty song, I'd be like, I know a Tom Petty song, but you'd have to play the fucking beginning of it to me like, yeah, know this one.
Yeah, right.
I'm just going to pop off like, Gone with the Wind, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. You know that famous song by Tom Petty, Gone with the Wind, that they created movies and books for?
Movies and books for.
Dude, what happened today in history?
I've got one. I want one more, just in case.
Okay. What's the first one?
No, I gotta get both of them.
I have run out of things to talk about. You are the star of this show. I just
My goodness,
Ooh.
that's a good one.
better be.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, you found your second one. Lay it on me, pal. Give me that knowledge.
I've got three.
Oh no.
No, there's a couple of them are short.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for the sporties out there.
Sporties.
American baseball player Barry Bonds hits his 756th career home run, breaking the record set by Hank Aaron, who played for the Braves, in 2007. Recently.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
You know, Barry Bonds was a big doper.
It's true. I don't know if Hank Aaron was.
Yeah.
Because it was a while back there. I'm pretty sure Hank Aaron was a doper
dude,
as well.
I could go into mega detail about Barry Bonds and all his steroids that he took and stuff like that, because I listened to a podcast called American Scandal, and one thing that they went over was it was a certain guy. He created basically a vitamin company for like a bunch of sports, especially Olympics and stuff like that, right? And he was like, hey, wear my shit that says this vitamin on it, so like the public, I'll be known by the public and everybody will take my vitamins. But to the side, he was like, hey, wear my shit, but also come over here to this room over here. Yeah? You want to jump farther? You want to run faster? Do you want to be angry all the time and sweat
longer?
Yeah.
Breathe harder.
But he was a genius, dude. Like, he was a self-made chemist and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like
he had a sense of chemistry, and during a time when people didn't know what the fuck chemistry was, and he was like, I can make bank off
dude. This is from like the 80s to like 2000s. Like, everybody knew what chemistry was. This wasn't like ages ago.
Then they knew what was in it.
No, because they had a steroid that wasn't on the ban list and nobody could find it because they weren't testing for it. They didn't know about it.
Did he make the steroid?
Him and a couple of his partners. No, he didn't develop it, but a guy he was working with who turned against him, and pretty much like.
Okay, so it was kind of like a Walter White situation, but instead of meth, it was steroids.
Where
he was like, I've made a steroid that they don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Get it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
All right.
Okay. Second one is for the history buffs, because it is today in history. George Washington ordered the creation of the first U.S. military decoration, the Badge of Military Merit, today called the Purple Heart, which was later awarded to 3 Revolutionary War soldiers for bravery in action in 1782.
That's crazy. I didn't know he created the Purple Heart.
George Washington creates the Purple Heart in 1782 today.
He actually wasn't a very popular president.
Most wartime presidents aren't.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Most
he was considered too much like the monarch.
Yeah.
And how he carried himself.
That's part of the reason that he gave up the seat. That's the reason he didn't run again.
That and like him and his wife were like, hey, we're kind of
old.
Not so much old as much as. Yeah, they were old, especially for that time. But
Correct.
They never wanted to be in the limelight, really.
No, they wanted to live out the rest of their times as people in a country that was theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
Homeboy, 6 foot whatever he was, got that done.
Yeah, dude, that guy was terrifying.
Yeah,
like if you saw him in real life, oh my god, Shane Gillis does a perfect joke about.
Everybody knows the Shane Gillis where he's just like,
imagine,
tax me, motherfucker.
You forgive me?
Yeah. Just got slave and lead in his mouth.
Yeah, bro. And you know how like a lot of people like hate him because he had slaves and stuff like that, right?
So did everyone.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, he didn't realize it was bad. The older he got, he realized it was bad.
Right.
And he, in his will, he was like, when I die, Martha, release these people.
Right.
But she was scared to release them for some reason. I forget why. I listened to a whole thing about Martha Washington. Really interesting. You definitely need to listen to it.
Cool.
But she didn't release them, like, originally. Like, she kept them for a while longer. And then finally, she released them.
She was probably scared to live life like without him.
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is gonna sound a little bit messed up, but I'm sure that the servants of the house,
mm-hmm.
like they would raise the children and stuff like that,
Right,
and become
right.
like basically part of the family to some degree.
Right,
You
right.
know?
People don't realize that. Like
so there's a lot of times I'm sure where Martha Washington was like, I don't want to get rid of my family.
sure.
You know,
Well,
they've been here 20 years.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they call me Martha Marth. You know?
People don't realize that like most of like the wealthy families in the world and stuff like that, like all those kids and stuff, they were raised
Right.
by the house slaves. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like that's, I mean, nobody pays homage to the fact that these people raised like everybody.
Like and the fact that they're like old people are so racist. I'm like, well, I mean, they probably were raised by black people, so maybe not. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they're
Maybe be a
just-
little bit nicer.
maybe get to know them first before
Yeah.
you just yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Okay.
Martha Washington. She was,
Yeah,
she
dude.
was- she
Okay,
was
so
killing it.
it's also the American History podcast, and they
Right.
did 5 episodes on first ladies. They did Martha Washington. They did Abraham Lincoln's wife. I forget her name. Lady Lincoln. She, bro, there's so much about her that I didn't realize. You know, when he died, they put her in a fucking loony bin, and she accrued so much debt while he was in office that
Have you not seen
they locked her up.
Have you
basically.
not
They tried
seen the
to.
difference between his inauguration photo and his one of his when he was leaving office photos?
Yeah.
It looks like
Well, he didn't leave office.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like one of his last portraits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
He
when
looked
he's
tough.
when he's on his way
He
out
looked
of
tough.
office. Yeah, dude, he looked like he aged literally 30. You look at Obama and he's like, damn, he went gray, got some wrinkles. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this guy looks like he got the plague.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like somebody poisoned him at Gettysburg, and it was just taking a while because he was so tall.
Another one was Miss Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Not Teddy Roosevelt.
FDR.
But FDR. Yeah.
She ran the country for a minute.
Yo, that lady did so much
She was basically
for
our
the
first
country.
female president.
I mean, she was phenomenal. Just
Yeah.
the
People
stuff that
don't-
she did.
People don't realize that female leaders have been a thing and are a thing. Like, there's a lot of Hispanic countries that literally just have female presidents, like female prime ministers in
Mhm.
Europe, and
Mhm.
like
I think we're one of the only ones. Well, not
hear
really.
about
There's a
this?
shit ton of what?
in Saudi Arabia,
Uh-huh.
the guy that runs Saudi Arabia pretty much said women can dress however they want and do whatever they want.
Wait, when was this?
I don't know how true it is. I just scrolled past it on the internet or whatever, but it was like a couple weeks ago, I think, that I saw it.
That's huge.
Yeah, and he was just like over the past like 10 years or so, they've been doing lots of reform over there and shit like that.
Mhm.
Just because like
Don't get me wrong, they're still like not the best folks
I mean,
to like the
when it
women
come-
over there,
when
but
it comes to like being in Western sports,
Mm-hmm.
competing in competitions, like they have
yeah,
they have a lot of they'll call somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo or like Messi or like that guy that Mbappe who plays for France, and just be like, you guys want to come play for Saudi Arabia for like $100 million?
yeah, they've definitely like, I guess the word would be done more outreach or whatever, or at least turn their eyes more towards the rest of the world and realize, and they're looking, they're like, huh, this,
The rest of the
this
world's
seems
outlook
okay.
on us was bad, so we got to turn this shit around.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at the
We're selling
live
all our
golf.
oil to the bad guys.
Yeah.
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 We need to get this oil to the good guys.
Okay, wasn't there one more?
Yeah, there is one more. How to get a sip.
How to get a sip.
I wonder how that P sounded to this mic. Let us know how these mics sound, guys. For real.
Yeah. I'm doing a bit of testing with mics. I definitely know those first mics we were using. Again, they were like karaoke mics.
Right.
As much as I hold them dear to my heart.
They didn't sound the best.
They didn't sound. They did the job, but I mean, I really have high hopes for these mics. These are the for any tech guys out there while he's looking at this next one. These are the Shure SM58s. They are the most popular vocal mics since like the 60s, I believe. Like, they're pretty much indestructible. There's videos online of people running these over with cars and then plugging them in and being like, la 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 la.
Hi, my name is Elvis. Heard y'all were talking about these microphones from the 60s.
I use this one.
That sound like Elvis, guys? Let me know.
Oh, guys, Elvis just walked in. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
And he has peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for everyone.
Peanut butter and banana, peanut butter and jelly, mayonnaise and banana. It's a lot of banana.
And a deep fryer. I think he's going to fry them right in front of us.
Nope. It's just full
No, that's actually his drink. He's drinking the oil.
Nope, it's just full of pills.
Yeah.
I don't know why he carries that around.
Yeah.
The last one, this one is pretty interesting to me. I think this is like the first case of this.
Okay.
The first of the murders committed by Jack the Ripper took place in London's East End, 1888.
Holy shit.
So, if you remember correctly, this is literally over 100 years after George Washington creates the Purple Heart.
Yeah, this guy's going around slashing folks in the streets of London, and nobody.
Isn't Jack the Ripper considered the first serial killer?
I think the first like serial killer that they were like, we gotta find this fool.
Yeah.
Like that they really put a lot of resources into.
the London police are like, "Oi, what's going on? People been dying. It's weird."
Oh my god, guys. Elvis just left and the London Prime Minister just walked in. Holy shit.
Brexit. What accent? Which accent is
Absolutely not good.
that? What accent is that? Which accent is that? It's got to be like they have a lot of accents over there.
Over there, yeah. For sure. I think one of my favorite accents over there are like it would be like considered Louisiana, like
The Cockney accent.
yeah, just the one that's so hard to understand.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just going down to Spain to find it in Von and yeah.
Yeah, right. We're gonna go down here tomorrow and get us.
Well, that was too
that
much.
was that was Australian.
That was Australian. Yeah,
Oh, man.
They do a lot of Y's and I's.
Well, Australian is just the British prison. So
Yeah, that's where the prisoners went.
right.
So the Australian accent is pretty much like the British thugs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Dude, I saw this thing and it was like the Australian continent when British people invented invented prisoners. It's like it's all coming together. It's all coming together, right?
One of my favorite British sayings, or it might just be European. I don't know. I know we don't say it over here in the States, in the colonies, but I've been listening to Rick Shill's golf podcast, right? And they say this thing, fair dues.
Fair dues.
Fair dues. It's like it's
You
like
know what they say on
no. Let me explain this real quick.
Damn it! I was gonna interrupt you. Okay.
It's essentially we're arguing or something, right? And then I'm winning, and you go, all right, yeah. You're right. No worries, you win this one. They're like, oh yeah, fair dues. Like, that's so proper. That's such a gentleman way to be like, okay, bud, you win this time.
Yeah, in America we'd be like, no, fuck fair dues, dude. Let's fight.
Yeah. Fair dues.
Fair do your mom.
What were you gonna say?
No, I can't remember.
Oh man.
Oh, no, it was something about Rick Shields. Is he good?
He's good. He's good.
He is good?
He's good.
'Cause,
Now,
like, it seems like every video I watch of him, he's like, we're gonna try to do this, and then at the end of the video, he's like, didn't do it.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's playing golf. Golf is hard, right? He still shoots like maybe on average, like
Low 80s.
no, like high 70s.
Okay,
Right.
that's tight.
That is tight. Yeah,
Dude.
that's good golf.
Dude,
He-
I would shit my
he-
pants on purpose if I shot
he is-
79.
He's the godfather of YouTube golf. He was one of the first guys
That's
out
him.
there.
Okay, got it. I
He
understand
was
now.
he was one of the very first. It was like 13 years ago.
See,
He
I
started
was-
his golf channel, and like he was doing it for like 7 years before other guys kind of got into it.
First burp of the cast, by the way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it seems a bit, now that I know that he's the godfather of it all, I was gonna say, like, there's so many better golf people to watch out there. but he's the original, so it makes sense.
Yeah, right. Like he's the one who paved the pathway for the good guys, the
Right.
Bob Does Sports guys,
It'd
the
be
the
like
foreplay guys and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
it'd be like if you were like, I don't like David Attenborough, he's boring. I'm like, he started this shit, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Shark Week would not exist without this
Nobody
guy.
gave 8. Yeah. Shark Week would not exist
Yeah.
without David Attenborough
Right.
being like, we got an ant.
The
Absolutely
Crocodile
beautiful.
Hunter, we wouldn't have that polar opposite of like high energy version of him if it wasn't for David Attenborough.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Nobody would like.
If the Crocodile Hunter came out before David Attenborough, they'd be like, this guy's insane.
I feel like David Attenborough has single-handedly, unknowingly saved the rainforest. Because
Oh, has he?
yeah, I mean, nobody would give a fuck about the rainforest if he wasn't making documentaries and serenading us about it,
Oh,
right?
dude, David
We would just
Attenborough's
cut that
voice.
down.
Do you think we could call him and get him to do the intro?
Dude, if he did, imagine, right?
Welcome back
To
to
the
the
world.
Wose podcast, where we only sound educated.
That's so good.
This is Spencer, and this is a native Isaac. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
Oh my
what?"
god. Just imagine we get him to do that, right? But we like nobody knows, and we's like, "Hey, David, appreciate it." He's like, "Okay, how'd the last episode go?" We're like, well, it was about a month ago, and we've got 8 views,
Yeah.
so pretty
Yeah.
good."
We didn't tell anybody you were doing it. We were gonna make it a surprise, but it turns out that would have been a good idea because no one knows you're on it, dude. No one knows you're there.
Bro, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
We should have put you at the beginning, not the end. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anything else to add before I give some thanks to?
We have to do word of the day. There's a couple things that I think we should keep some structure on, and that
Yeah, of course.
and that is the history and the word of the day.
Word of the day is succulent.
Dude, that is so crazy. Do you know what mine was?
What?
Succotash.
No way.
Dude.
Oh shit. Hey guys, if you're listening,
it's
we're
succulent
high
succotash.
fiving right now.
The word of the day is succulent succotash.
Succulent succotash.
And if you don't know what succotash is, it is lima beans and corn together.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. I learned that the other day.
Really?
It's just lima beans and corn together.
Where does that originate
My
from?
entire life I've been like, lima beans and corn.
Okay, where does it originate from?
It's just a dish. It's the name of the dish. It's the name of the dish. It's an American dish called succotash, and it is lima beans and corn. That's all it is.
That's crazy.
You know what it is? It's a Native American thing. They grew lima beans. They grew corn.
Right.
Succotash is literally a Native American word. You can tell just by the amount of C's in it. You know? It's like ottoman. Like, you know ottoman is an ottoman because it's an ottoman. It's got the word ottoman in it. You
Yeah.
know? Succotash sounds Native American.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. So like,
It probably means food.
like
Like the Europeans
when,
were like, "What is that?" And they were like, "It's succotash," which means food. And they're like, "Lima beans and corn."
So you're telling me that what's his name from the Looney Tunes, where he's like suckering succotash.
Does he say suckering or suffering?
There's no, I don't know. He's a
I think
duck.
he says suffering succotash.
Good.
And I'm pretty sure he's a cat. That's Sylvester, right?
No. That's the duck guy.
You sure that's not Sylvester that says suffering succotash?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Sylvester the cat. Because he also has the suffering succotash thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Sylvester.
Hey,
Guys, it's Sylvester.
it's probably Sylvester.
Yeah.
We made it, episode 10. 10 episodes. We're in the double digits.
Yeah.
Very happy about that. It only took 5 years. Granted, we did 4 episodes in
It only took
2020.
5 years to do.
4-year break, and now we've pumped out, I think, 6 more episodes since then.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I just thanks to everyone who is listening and who has gotten this far. I am shocked at the amount of people that I know, that I work with, that I've shared this with, that actually say, "Hey, bro, when's the next cast?"
Yeah, I mean, it's not as special as maybe just a random person being like, "I've listened to your podcast."
I think I would argue that it's even more special.
Yeah, because like I've had family members be like, "Dude, me and so were just cracking up at y'all's podcast," and I'm like, "That's crazy." They're literally could be watching a movie, or a funny ass TV show they know is funny, and they chose to listen to this shit. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And it is shit, by the way.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Absolute, audio garbage.
Don't get me wrong. One thing you can understand is we're not sitting here thinking we're putting out gold to you. We know what it is.
Yeah, no, we know what we're doing.
We're a couple of goofballs, you know.
For sure.
But yeah, super duper.
Sure. Either way.
Yeah.
To the moon, I hope.
Yeah, dude. Like we say every single time, we will eventually quit our jobs.
We're 50. We're
it's just an
when we
eventually
retire,
thing.
I'm 59 and a half. I'm just now I'm going to pursue my podcast career.
Dude, we do this up until retirement age, retire, then we're like, we did it, guys. We quit our jobs to do the podcast.
If we do it right, we can get up to, 52 episodes a year.
Yeah, that would be 1 a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be more something along the lines of about 40-ish.
Yeah.
Just because, life happens and we can't quit our jobs.
Nope, can't do it yet. So,
yep.
So once the Doritos guys
once the
listening,
once the Red Bull guys get us to do it, they're like, we'll sponsor you, but you have to do the podcast like jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, you got to do it from a plane.
Right.
I do still kind of want to do video, but I also want to do maybe a video once a month, and then the rest be audio.
Okay. Yeah. For the joiners.
Yeah. Right.
Click
Guys,
that join button, guys, so you can get the video once a month podcast.
I also would like to do if we do get a decent following. I have a lot of ideas, but it all has to
you have to
have a decent
them.
Following. Yeah, exactly.
Engagement style.
I want to do hey,
See, I like the idea
live
of
stream.
I like the idea of a podcast that basically the people kind of run.
I got a buddy of mine who does a podcast, and his podcast I do like. It's very natural for them. It's him and a couple of his buddies, 4 or 5 guys.
Did he watch this one?
I don't know if he does. He's aware that we have one, and that's why it came up about that he has a podcast, and I started listening to it. But they do theirs very primitively, whereas we kind of take more of a professional standpoint with our audio and stuff like that. But he recently texted me. He's like, "Hey, what do we got to do to get a little some better sound in here?" And now they're talking about doing video and stuff like that. So,
okay. Okay.
Who knows?
So what you're saying is if they're listening,
we have some
right
influence.
Now, we've influenced some people.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I know what you said. Their sounds a little bit more primitive, but like you said, it works for them, right?
Yeah. No, it works fine.
Yeah.
Works fine. It. Yeah. They just get high and drink a lot of alcohol, and they sit and talk to each other for an hour.
Yeah.
But they post once a month. Give them a shout out. It's the Check Minus podcast. Check Minus. A couple cool dudes.
I wonder what that means.
I asked them.
Is it a coding thing?
I asked them, and no, it's something that their boss says where they work just all the time. Check Minus. So they're just like, okay.
Oh, okay. He's like an OCD person. He checks it off, and he minuses
they're
it off
mechanics.
The list. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's some lingo.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that, right?
Gotcha.
They also run a meme page. Pretty funny.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to those guys. They're a riot. Yeah, well, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been episode 10 for YouTube. This has been episode 1 for your podcast listening ears on Apple and Spotify. If you want to hear older episodes and maybe see a video of what we look like, you can hit us up on YouTube at the Wose Podcast, WOSE Podcast.
Keep those expectations low for that, by the way.
Yeah. yeah, for sure. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the show. Anything to add?
I'm good, dude. We're in there. We're in the pocket right now.
We're in the pocket. Get me out of the pocket. It's getting stuffy and it's dark.
He doesn't know what the pocket is, guys.
Yeah, a lot of lint in here. Is that a paperclip? I don't know what this is.
No, pockets from football.
Oh. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.